Sometimes you have to release people that necessarily wouldn't release you. I tell this testimony a lot because it can be a benefit to so many people out there. I talk about the lack of relationship that I had with my biological father when I was a child coming up in life. There was a whole host of feelings and emotions that I felt. I had to learn things about trial and error. I didn't have the simple things of, hey, Dad, teach me how to change a tire. Hey, Dad, who should I date? Who should I look out for? I didn't have that. But I learned as an early age in my life to focus on the ones that were around me. So I always will give shout out and kudos to my mother. But there were things in her life that she couldn't teach me. Why? I needed a man's perspective. I needed a man to tell me certain things. So a lot of my stuff was, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I shouldn't do that no more. Right. And I bumped my head a lot coming up in life. There's several factors in my life that allowed me to normalize some things in my mind when it came to the lack of relationship. Was this: first, I had to radically accept some things. What I wanted, my reality, wasn't the true reality of what was being displayed before me. And I had to remind myself multiple times that people, human beings, they're comprised of choices and free will. So I had to calm down. I had to take a step back and say, okay, well, my reality is this, and I don't have time to keep focusing on why he didn't want me. Because I do know this, the things that we place value on, the more things that you think about, that's where your heart would be. And ultimately, some of us will become that. He did with my grandfather. My grandfather did some things. He was was a Rolling Stone. And because my biological father despised what he did and he didn't deal with that, he became that. Ooh. And I'm thankful to this day that the Lord never allowed me to hold any hatred in my heart towards him. Where would I be if I did? Then just maybe I would do the same thing to my son, God forbid. And I'm grateful that I can tell this testimony. You got to release some people. Yeah, I'm telling you. So when it came to him being on his dying bed, I know he carried that burden. Man, I really wasn't there all the way for my oldest son. Man, I know he probably carried that pain. I know he carried that guilt. And I tell the story all the time that when he was there and I said, Dad, he was lying in that bed, hooked up to machines, boop, boop, boop. I told him, I never hated you. I always loved you. When we get to the place of being mature in our walk with God, the release will also be for you. If God gives us free will, who am I to say, I accept the things that I can't change and I keep moving forward in God. And by his grace and mercy, I can stand here and say that I don't have any ambiguity in my heart at all. Some of us hold on to things thinking, well, I'm not in close proximity with them, so I'm okay, until you see him. I thought I was over that. You didn't deal with it. One, radical acceptance. You can't change everything. You can't control everything. It is what it is. Man, I know people don't like that, but I don't care. It is what it is. Let me read this to you. 1 Peter chapter 5, verses 6 and 7. Very powerful. Stay with me. Verse 6 says this: humble yourself, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time. Verse 7, cast all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Because of the relationship I had with my mother, it taught me how to cast my care, the hurt, the pain, the anxiety, the abandonment to God. Wasn't easy, but it's necessary. It changes you. It pulls you to a higher level of love. It frees you from these thoughts. Yeah. Wow. So when I told my father that, he cried, and then he transitioned on. Sometimes you have to release people that necessarily wouldn't release you. Beautiful people, that's what I got today. You know what I say when I get off here. Go be great.